people are asking me, Jeb, do you still think Cardano is going to go to $10 by the end of the decade? And my answer to that is yes. I do think that Cardano is going to go to $10 by the end of the decade. And today I'm going to explain to you exactly why I think that's going to happen. I want to talk about its recent performance, and I also want to talk to you about what we are doing in response to the rally that's going on with Cardano and what we're going to be doing moving forward. So why do I think Cardano is going to go to $10 by the end of the decade? Well, there's a few reasons for that. Number one, I think that Charles Hoskinson is a very intelligent individual, and I also think that he has done a very good job building the technology and the community of developers around the Cardano ecosystem. And by the way, hands-free, not holding onto the phone, and I am looking at the road, not you. So we're safe. I'm not even looking at the camera right now. The reason that I think that we're going to see Cardano go to $10 is because Charles Hoskinson has done a very good job putting development team in place. Ouroboros is a fantastic technology. It is being adopted, albeit it's not being adopted as quickly as I would like it to be. And it is also a very principally aligned cryptocurrency to Bitcoin. Bitcoin has a limited supply, so does Cardano. Bitcoin is aiming to be a currency and a store of value, so does Cardano. Bitcoin is aiming to solve a problem, so does Cardano. Bitcoin has network effect. A lot of people use it, so more people use it, so does Cardano. There's a lot of great things going on with the technology itself. Now, I also want to talk about the societal impact. Cardano is making big strides in societies around the world, many of which you're not familiar with because you're not living in that country. Instead, you're living in America, or you're living in, but Cardano is making a lot of impacts in Eastern Europe, making a lot of impacts in Asia, South America, and Africa, things that you might not see, but nevertheless increase the amount of usage on Cardano, and also help to show that Cardano has a good heart behind it. And you might think, yeah, that doesn't matter, but one of our laws of money is to be radically generous. Cardano is attempting to be radically generous and help people. And we know from our laws of money that anyone or any project that is radically generous and seeks to serve others will have a blessing upon it. And Cardano obviously does. Now let's talk about home territory blessings. One of the big blessings that I see on the horizon is I am very confident that Cardano is going to get an ETF at some point not too far in the future. The reason I say that is because we're likely going to see an XRP ETF coming soon. Following that, we'll probably see Solana and Cardano coming around the same time. I think that you're going to see those three asset classes, those three assets, get a group of ETFs approved probably as soon as late next year, which would line up with our cycle, which would allow for there to be ETF hype leading up to the approval of the ETF and up to the hype that comes after the approval of the ETF happening right around the end of the bull market. Because the bull market we anticipate on Bitcoin will end in November to December of next year. The altcoin cycle typically kicks off and goes to its height at the very end of the Bitcoin cycle because Bitcoin's slowing down, the altcoins are speeding up. That aligns with about a year to get the ETF applications in and the ETF applications approved and start trading. It only needs about a year in a pro-cryptocurrency SEC, which is coming with a pro-cryptocurrency House, Senate, and presidency, which is not directly related but still helpful for the regulatory clarity and the support from the government to get the ETFs online. So societally and technologically, Cardano is a fantastic project. My one concern about it is that it does have less adoption than Solana, which is its other major non-Ethereum rival. And so there is a high possibility that Solana will have an ETF before Cardano, which means that Solana would be the first to market, which means that Cardano could end up coming behind Solana. But for Cardano to go to $10, it would not need a very large market capitalization compared to where Solana would probably go if it got an ETF. So it would all kind of make sense. If Solana goes to $1,000, it would make sense for Cardano to go to 10. Put it that way. Now, I also want to talk a little bit about where its recent price action, right? Kind of the second big topic on this video is the recent price action. We've seen Cardano go from about 20, 30, 40 cents area up to $1.25 almost. I don't think that's over. When Cardano went on its first rally, its first big rally back in late 2020 moving into 2021, it did the same thing. Just like XRP, it exploded and it rallied all the way to 313. I don't know for sure that Cardano is going to go all the way to 313 right now because we're much earlier in the cycle than we were then, but I don't think this rally's done. Bitcoin's market dominance is decreasing. It's at 55. It used to be at 60. A week and a half ago it was at 60. Now it's at 55. The Cardanos of the world, Solanas, XRPs, all these cryptocurrencies are going through a massive rally right now. It makes sense that that would continue. Bitcoin's stuck under 100K. It can't move right now. It's not going anywhere. Something has to move because the momentum's in the space. If Bitcoin can't move, everything else is going to. That's why Bitcoin's lost 5% of its market dominance. It's stuck under 100K, so the altcoins are having their turn. Remember the altcoin engine. Bitcoin rallies while the altcoins are down. The altcoins rally while Bitcoin's down. Bitcoin's not down, it's trading sideways, indicating that it's not done. It didn't drop down to $75,000. It's trading sideways. When it breaks through 100K, it's probably going to go to 125, and the altcoins will take a bit of a break. But in the interim, the altcoins are doing very well. there's going to be 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 cycles in the next year of altcoins doing well, Bitcoin doing well, altcoins doing well, Bitcoin doing well. We just had our first cycle of Bitcoin leading into our first cycle of the altcoins. This movement on Cardano is the first of potentially 2, 3, maybe even 4 more that'll happen over the rest of the year, or excuse me, over the rest of next year, through the end of 2024 and into 2025. More cycles like this are coming, where Bitcoin hits its head, so the altcoins rally, and then the altcoins take a break, and then Bitcoin rallies, breaks through its resistance, and continues. This altcoin engine is going to go back and forth for at least the next year during this bull market. And so this is not the last time you're going to see a big rally coming out of Cardano. No, I think you're going to see one rally that's going to send it up to $2. You're going to see another rally that'll send it up to $2.50. You're going to see another rally that'll send it up to $3. By the end of this market, similarly to XRP, I could see Cardano sitting at $4 to $5. Conservatively, it could go to $8.70. We've made predictions that high for this bull market. It's very possible. Market capitalization numbers would still be right around or a little under $250 billion. Very feasible. Would have a lower market cap than Ethereum, with honestly better technology. Not as good of adoption, but that could change quickly with ETFs especially. And it could go to $8.70 and do that. What I think is most likely is Cardano is going to go to $3.50 to $5, somewhere in there this cycle, and then with it going to between $3.50 and $5, the next bear market will come. Cardano, instead of dropping down to 25 cents, might drop down to $1 or $1.50. And then in the next bull market, if it went to $4 to $5 this cycle, it makes a lot of sense that it could go to 8 to 10 by the next cycle. 2025, 4 years after that's 2029. Bull market in 2029, if the 4-year halving cycle and the 4-year election cycle continues to play out, then 8 to 9, maybe even $10 Cardano is still very much in the cards. We are considering holding XRP, Solana, and Cardano through this cycle, not just liquidating all of them in this cycle, because we have very low acquisitions on XRP and Cardano, and slightly higher, but still quite low acquisitions on Solana, which we'll have more content coming out for Solana soon. But that's what I think is going on recently. It's the first of many cycles that are going to come. Now, I want to kind of touch on what we're going to do, and maybe that'll shine a light on what you should do with your Cardano portfolio right now. We have not started taking profits on Cardano yet, the same way that we took a little bit of profits on XRP. We took our principal out on XRP just a few days ago. We still have almost 80% of the position because it rallied so much. We have not started taking profits on Cardano. I don't think it's done. I think Cardano at bare minimum is going to go to at least $2.50 to $3, probably hit at least all-time high this cycle. So we're not taking any profits on Cardano yet, and we are toying with the idea of holding on to some of it through the cycle rather than just liquidating all of it and holding it for the ultra long term. And so we have not started liquidating yet, but once we get to $2, that's probably where we would consider to start liquidating 1% of the portfolio every single week, because that's our system. We either start by pulling out our principal and then liquidating on a weekly basis, or we just start liquidating on a weekly basis. Those are our consistent, disciplined systems. All of those are very important words that if you're not living by, you will fail with money. Believe me, I've done it, and it don't work. And you've done it too, and it don't work. So be disciplined and consistent in your investments and your divestments. We're disciplined and consistent in divesting on a weekly basis. So probably around $2 is where we would start, potentially, divesting up to 1% of the portfolio every single week. If we got above $2.50, we're going to consider going up to 2% a week. Although honestly, we probably would wait till $2.75 or $3. We're going to get those exact numbers nailed down as we get closer, and we know what the exact levels of resistance are going to be. We don't know exactly what they are yet. So it's hard to make a plan when we don't know what to do yet. We want to wait a little while until we get there. But I am quite confident that Cardano's not even close to done. So we're not liquidating yet. And there is a good chance that we're going to hold 25, 50% of it through the next bear market. You might say, Jeff, what the heck? No, I'm serious. And just hold it for the next 10, 20 years and not touch it. That's what we did with Bitcoin. I've held my Bitcoin through 2 bear markets. Not 1, 2. Yeah, I'm an old timer in the crypto space. I'm 24 years old, but I've lived through over half of the history of the cryptocurrency space. I'm 2/3 of the lifespan of every altcoin you're invested in. I've been in this space for the 2/3 of its life, at least. Bitcoin, I've been here for over half of its life. So I've been here for a while, seen it, done it, got the postcard, got the t-shirt somewhere hidden in the closet. Listen to me. Invest for the long term. I see a lot of you guys day trading. Fine, day trade. After you're an investor, there's an order to this. Knock, knock, McFly, you in there. Invest first, then day trade. Just want to smack some of you guys upside the head. Come on now. You know how many people have day traded and wished that they just bought and held? Did you not see the thing on Twitter? Somebody bought 30 bucks of Bitcoin every week for 7 years, turned $37,000 into $1 million. Which one of you have turned $37,000 into $1 million trading? I mean, seriously, come on. Get a job, get out of your mom's basement, get a life, pay off your debt, get a budget, Find somebody to help and be generous to. Live on less than you make. Remember, it's God's money. Get control of that money. And last but certainly not least, invest some of it. Your full-time job's not a day trader. You traded once, and you lost all your money on Dogecoin. Invest. Find something to buy and hold it. It works. If you do it. I can lead you to water and I can give you this wisdom, but if you don't do it, that's on you. So I want you to subscribe to the channel so I can continue to feed you the wisdom from somebody who has done everything wrong. I think, honestly, I've done just about every single thing wrong in crypto. That's why you should listen. Yeah, why should I listen? The reason I should listen, that you should listen, is because I've done just about everything wrong in crypto, and so I know what you should be doing. Listen, and I'm going to teach you, and if you follow, you will grow and you will learn. Because along the way of doing a lot of things wrong, I figured out a few things to do right. So hit that subscribe button, subscribe to the channel if you've not already, and make sure to check out the Financial Sovereignty Academy. The link's in the description box down below. I'm going to teach you guys everything that you need to know about money so that you can succeed with money. We're going to talk a lot about investment. We're going to talk a lot about cryptocurrency, but we're also going to talk about budgeting. We're going to talk about taxes, insurance. We're going to talk about living on less than you make, financial sovereignty in general. So make sure to stay tuned to the channel. Sign up for the Financial Sovereignty Academy with the link in the description box down below. And if you want to succeed with money, hit that subscribe button. Peace.